On behalf of Freedom Incorporated, I'd like to welcome you to the Ron Elpin Ford Budweiser Summer Nationals here at the Davenport Speedway. Again, the first thing on the program will be our dash event. The top 6 in times have earned a starting position in the dash. 3 more cars. Again, the 3 cars by UMP National points, Summer Nationals points, and a track representative have moved into tonight's dash event. This race will be 8 laps in the distance. The top 6 finishers will earn their starting position for tonight's 40-lap feature. These are the cars scheduled for the dash. On the pole, the LS1 from Bald Knob, Arkansas, Wayne Brooks. To his outside, the car number 66, our fast timer of the night, from Greenbrier, Arkansas, Bill Fry. Row number 2 to the inside, from Mooresburg, Tennessee, the car number 18 of Scott Bloomquist. Outside, the G1 from Tupelo, Mississippi, Steve Russell. Row number 3, the car number 56 from Davenport, Iowa, Gary Webb. To Gary's outside, the car number 21 from Batesville, Arkansas, Billy Moyer Jr. Moving into the dash by UMP National Point Standings, the car number 16 from Bridgeview, Illinois, Tony Izzo Jr. To his outside, representing the West Liberty Raceway, the U.S. car from Oxford, Iowa, Steve Boley. Starting 9th, virtue of being the point leader on the UMP Summer Nationals Tour, the car number 75 from Mitchell, Indiana, John Gill. Once again, 8 laps will be the distance. Top 6, the way they finish, that's the way they're going to line up for tonight's 40-lap main event. The driver who finishes 7th in this particular dash will start on the pole of heat race number 1. The Ron Elpin Ford pace car out on the speedway is going to take the field around as we get set to go racing. Again, we want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to the speedway tonight. The pace car drops in over on the back chute side. That means the caution lights are out, and we are ready to hear the thunder and go racing for tonight's Budweiser Summer Nationals. Very important racing event. Top 6 lineup for the feature of the green waves. We go racing. Bill Fry immediately working the top side of the speedway. The 66 car Fry, the LS1, Wayne Brooks down on the bottom line of the racetrack. Bill Fry immediately taking over the lead position. Brooks runs second, the G1 of Russell in the number 3 position. Billy Moyer Jr. working the racetrack back in the 5th spot as he looks to close on the 18 of Scott Bloomquist. Bill Fry riding the high line of the racetrack, the car number 66 setting the quick pace. Scott Bloomquist working in the number 4 position, the G1, Steve Russell taking a look on the inside of Wayne Brooks' LS1 car as Bill Fry continues to work out front. The Arkansas driver setting the quick pace. This time by, it's going to be 4 laps down, 4 laps scored complete, 4 laps to go. Gary Webb off the pace. The car number 56 pulling up into the infield is Gary Webb. Billy Moyer Jr. looking to make a move on the car number 18 of Scott Bloomquist. Moyer on the bottom line. Up turn number 2, down the back chute. Billy Moyer Jr. will take over the number 3 position. Moyer runs fourth into car number 21. John Gill working on the car number 16, Tony Izzo Jr. And Gill will take over the 6th spot, which is the final qualifying position for tonight's 40-lap main event. White flag on the Speedway for the 66 automobile of Bill Fry. Checkered flag is going to be shown this time. Your race winner, Bill Fry. Once again, the top 6 finishers earning their starting positions in tonight's 40-lap main event. Finishing 6th will be the car number 75 of John Gill. 5th will go to the 18, Scott Bloomquist. 4th to the 21, Billy Moyer Jr. 3rd will go to the G1, Steve Russell. 2nd will go to the LS1, Wayne Brooks. And your race winner, your fast timer of the night, has earned the pole position for tonight's 40-lap main event. The car number 66, how about a nice hand for Bill Fry. 10 laps the distance, top 3 finishers will earn their starting position in tonight's 40-lap main event. On the pole, the 16 from Bridgeview, Illinois will be Tony Izzo Jr. To his outside, the 51 from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, Joel Kreiderman. Row number 2, the 75 from Springfield, Missouri, Terry Phillips. To Terry's outside, the car number 38 from Tipton, Iowa, Tom Hurst. Row number 3, the 11 car from North Little Rock, Arkansas, Donnie Barnhart. The 14D from Bettendorf is Bob Dominacki. Row number 4, the 28X from Carpentersville, Illinois, Dennis Erb Jr. Outside, the G2 from Ash Flat, Arkansas, David Gibson. Row number 5, the 99 from West Burlington, Johnny Johnson. And the 21 from Donaldson, Steve Hennis. That is your lineup. 10 cars set to go under the green. Heat race number 1 for the Budweiser Summer Nationals. Okay, the straight up flag signals being given. Next time around, we're going to go under the green and racing. Heat number 1 for the Budweiser Summer Nationals qualifying. Caution light is out over on the back chute side. We're set to go green and racing. The car number 16, Tony Izzo Jr. to set the pace. The 51, Joel Kreiderman, all the way from Thunder Bay, Ontario, to his outside. Tony Izzo moving out front. Kreiderman in the number 2 position. Looking to challenge the car number 75, Terry Phillips. Terry Phillips looking to drop down to the bottom line of the Speedway and challenge the 51 automobile of Joel Kreiderman. Tony Izzo, your current race leader. Kreiderman now dropping down to the bottom line, and Terry Phillips looking to make a move out on the top side. Unable to make the move as the 51 Kreiderman closes the door on the 75 automobile of Terry Phillips. Now Phillips off the page. Single file, we go racing. Tony Izzo out front to car number 51, Kreiderman. Okay, one more time. Let's get it going, gentlemen. At car number 16, Tony Izzo to set the pace. The 51 Kreiderman in the number 2 position. The 11 car, Donnie Barnhart, currently in the final transfer position. Tony Izzo setting the pace. Tom Hurst, the car number 38, making contact with the wall off of turn number 2. Hurst will drop back a couple of positions. The 14D Dominic in the 4th spot. Gold Kreiderman in the 51 automobile looking to close on your race leader, the 16 Tony Izzo. Donnie Barnhart, the car number 11, working the racetrack in the 3rd position. Automobile of Dennis Erb. The race leader, the 16 automobile, is Tony Izzo Jr. Dominaki to 14D off the pace. Over on the back chute line. Davenport slowing on the Speedway. Yellow on the speedway for the slowing car, number 14D of Bob Dominecki. 5 laps have been scored complete. 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Again, the caution lights will go off as we work down the back chute line. Still your race leader, the car number 16, Tony Izzo Jr. Car number 51, Joel Kreiderman, will be in the number 2 position. Remain single file as we get set to go racing once again. Tony Izzo has been trying to start this race over on the back chute side. That is not gonna cut it. These guys are gonna go single file and bring them around a nice even pace off of turn number 4. That's when the green is gonna come out. We're gonna go racing. Tony Izzo out front, Joel Kreiderman at car number 51 working the speedway in the 2nd spot. The 11 car, Donnie Barnhart, working the speedway. The number 3 position is Johnny Johnson, takes the 99. Down to the bottom line, Johnny Johnson looking to challenge the 28 car, Dennis Earp for the 4th position. The quick pace with Joel Kreiderman in the 2nd position. This time by, it'll be 8 laps scored complete, 8 laps down under the green, 2 to go for Tony Izzo. Terry Phillips testing the high line once again as he tries to close on the 99 of Johnny Johnson. White flag coming out on the speedway this time by for the 16 of Tony Izzo. Checkered flag is going to be shown on the speedway. This time up of turn number 4, picking up the win, the 16 of Tony Izzo. Once again, your top 3 finishers. The top 3 finishers will move on into the 40-lap main event. They are taking the number 3 position. The car number 11 of Donnie Barnhart. Second goes to the 51 automobile of Joel Kreideman, and your race winner. How about a nice hand for Tony is going to line up this way. On the pole, it'll be the U.S. car from Oxford, Steve Boley. Outside the 49 from Ottawa, Illinois, Tommy Reitz. Row number 2, the 12 from Fargo, North Dakota, Rick Ackland. The 17 from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, Rick Eggersdorf. Row number 3, the car number 5 from West Burlington, Jay Johnson. The 21 car from West Union, Lane Meyer. Row number 4, the 28 from Elk Mound, Wisconsin, Jimmy Mars. To his outside, the 1X from Milan, Illinois, Bob Helm. Row number 5, the 3S from Hamilton, Illinois, Jim Swank. And the 10 car from West Branch, Daryl Brick. That is your lineup on the speedway. Again, 10 laps the distance. Top 3 go to the main. Ten laps the distance, set to go under the green and racing. Again, the U.S. car, Steve Boley, to set the pace. Veteran racer Tommy Reitz to his outside, the car number 49. Caution lights are out. Nice even pace, 2 by 2. The field looking good. This is the way the starts are supposed to look. Green flag waves, we go racing. Rick Ackland immediately dropping down to the bottom line of the racetrack to car number 12. Steve Boley hooking up on the high line of the racetrack. We drag down the back chute side. Ackland on the inside, Boley up on the top side. Into turn number 3, still good racing going on up front. Jay Johnson working the low line of the racetrack to car number 5. Tommy Reitz. The 17, Rick Eggersdorf, working the speedway in the number 3 position. Rick Ackland in the car number 12 out front, setting the quick pace. Steve Boley riding way up on the high line off of turn number 2 as he continues to race in the number 2 position. The car number 17 working the racetrack on the high side in the number 3 position is Rick Eggersdorf. Rick Acklin setting the quick pace. The car number 12 way out front, this time by 5 laps down, 5 laps to go. Seven laps scored complete, 3 laps to go for your race leader, Rick Acklin. Bob Helm, Lane Myers, side by side, racing, battling for position. Bob Helm working on the low side as he challenges the 21 car of Lane Meyer. Helm now moving up to challenge the 5 car of Jay Johnson. 8 down, 2 to go for your race leader, Rick Acklin. White flag on the Speedway for Rick Acklin. Checkered flag to be shown this time by for Rick Acklin. Once again, your top 3 finishers earning their starting positions in tonight's 40-lap main event for the Budweiser Summer Nationals. Third spot will go to the car number 17, Rick Eggersdorf. Second goes to the U.S. car of Steve Boley. And your race winner from Fargo, North Dakota, driving the car number 12. How about a nice hand for Rick Acklin? Up for heat number 3. Car number 32 dropping down to the pole position from Danville, Illinois is Bob Pierce. To his outside, to 71 from Martinsville, Indiana, Donnie O'Neill. Row 2 on the inside to 12 from Milan, Illinois, Ray Gus Jr. To his outside to 2W, Doug Wiggs. Row 3 to 2 from Des Moines, Don Hoffman. The 166 from Bridgeview, Illinois, Joey Izzo. On the inside to 52 from Omaha, Steve Kosiski. Outside to 7C from Norman, Indiana, Jim Curry. And bringing up the tail, it'll be the car number 91, Danny Aarons Jr. one. We had a guy drop out anyway. 2 by 2 under the green, heat number 3. We go racing. Bob Pierce, the car number 32, takes over the lead position. The 71, Donnie O'Neill, in the second spot, looking to challenge the 32 machine of Bob Pierce. Pierce and O'Neill, 1-2 on the Speedway. Ray Gus Jr. working the racetrack in the number 3 position. Ray Gus Jr. riding the high line of the racetrack in the final transfer position to tonight's 40-lap main event. Bob Pierce, still your race leader, the car number 32. Bob Pierce from Danville, Illinois, the car number 32, setting the quick pace. Steve Kosiski does win side-by-side racing for the number 4 position. The car number 2, Don Huffman, working the racetrack in the 6th spot. Down, 5 laps to go for your race leader, Bob Pierce. Down, 2 to go for your race leader, Bob Pierce. White flag on the Speedway right here for the car number 32 of Bob Pierce. Checkered flag to be shown on the Speedway this time. Off of turn number 4, picking up the win, car number 32, Bob Pierce. Again, your top 3 finishers transferring into tonight's main event. They are taking the 3rd spot to car number 12, Ray Gus Jr. 2nd will go to the car number 71, Don O'Neill. And your race winner from Danville, Illinois, car number 32. How about a nice hand for Bob Pierce? And final heat race on the pole from Omaha, Nebraska. It'll be the car number 53, Joe Kosiski. Outside, the car number 10 from Kaukauna, Wisconsin, Pete Parker. Row number 2, the 00 from Fargo, North Dakota, Mitch Johnson. The 0 from St. John's, Michigan is Chris Patterson. Row number 3, the 27 from Oaklawn, Illinois, Bob Pullman. The B4 from Grayson, Kentucky is Jack Boggs. The 4th and final row, the 8S from Ellsworth, Wisconsin, Larry Stockwell. And the Indiana 1, we have had a driver change in that race car. Behind the wheel now in the Indiana 1 from Rochester, Minnesota is Tim Donlinger. Joe Kosiski, the champion auto stores, car number 53 to set the pace. And the caution lights will go out as we work down the back chute side, as we expect the green flag to be coming out immediately. Two by two, 4th and final heat race. Qualifying action for the Budweiser Summer National. Off turn 4, the green waves, we go racing. Joe Kosiski moving up to the top line of the speedway. The 10-car Pete Parker directly behind him. Bob Pullman at 27 dropping down to the bottom line as he moves on the 00 car of Mitch Johnson. Good battle going on for that number 3 position. Bob Pullman working the inside line of the racetrack to car number 27. Now looking to move on the 10 car of Pete Parker. And Pullman on the inside line looking to take over the number 2 position as Joe Kosiski rides the high line out front. Johnson working the bottom line, the 00 car. And now Johnson will move on to 27 of Pullman as Johnson will move into the number 2 position. Your race leader up on the high line of the speedway is Joe Kosiski. Mitch Johnson, the 00, hooking up on the bottom line as he now tries to close the gap on your race leader, Joe Kosiski. Side-by-side battle on the speedway for the 3rd spot, Bob Pullman and Pete Parker. Pullman on the inside line to car number 27, continuing to do battle with the 10 car of Pete Parker. This time by, it'll be 6 laps scored, complete, 6 down and 4 to go. It's Johnson, the 00 car from Fargo, North Dakota, working into the number 2 position. Bob Pullman has now secured the number 3 position. The final transfer spot to tonight's main event as Joe Kosiski continues to work out front. This time by, it'll be 8 laps down. 8 laps down for your race leader, Joe Kosiski. White flag to be shown on the speedway this time as your race leader continues to work the high side of the speedway. White flag is out for Joe Kosiski. Checkered flag to be shown on the speedway this time. Off of turn number 4, picking up the win, Joe Kosiski. Taking the number 3 position and transferring to the main event will be the car number 27 of Bob Pullman. Second will go to the 00 car of Mitch Johnson. And your race winner from Omaha, Nebraska, car number 53. How about a nice hand for Joe Kosiski. From Carpentersville, Illinois, Dennis Erb. To his outside, the 49 from Ottawa, Illinois, Tommy Reintz. Row number 2, the 75 from Springfield, Missouri, Terry Phillips. The 1X from Milan, Illinois, Bob Helm. Row 3, the 99 from West Burlington, Johnny Johnson. The 5 from West Burlington, Jay Johnson. Row number 4, the G2 from Ash Flat, Arkansas, David Gibson. The 28 from Elk Mound, Wisconsin is Jim Mars. Row 5, the 38 from Tipton, Tom Hurst. The 21 from West Union, Lane Meyer. Row 6, the 21 from Donaldson, Steve Hennis. The 3S from Hamilton, Illinois, Jim Swank. The 7th row, the 14D from Bettendorf, Bob Dominecki. And the 10 from West Branch, Daryl Brick. Okay, 2x2 set to go racing again. 10 laps the distance, top 5. We'll move on into tonight's 40-lap main event for the Budweiser Summer National. Our outside pole car scheduled to be there, the car number 49. Tommy Reintz not making the call, so that'll slide him straight ahead. I'll put the car number 1X Bob Helm on the outside pole position. Caution lights are out as we are set to go under the green and racing consolation event number 1. Top 5 go to the feature. Bob Helm riding on the high line of the speedway to car number 28, Dennis Erb. In the number 2 position, the 75 automobile, Terry Phillips runs third, followed by the 99 of Johnny Johnson. Directly behind the 99, Johnny Johnson, his son, Jay Johnson, in the car number 5. Bob Dominecki to car number 14D, trying to work the low line of the speedway to 21. Lane Meyer setting up a move and off of turn 2, pulling on the inside of the G2 automobile of David Gibson. Caution on the speedway for the 38 automobile, Tom Hurst. Tom having a heck of a time tonight, making contact with the wall in turn number 2. Now he's having a hard time turning the car. Obviously, his steering sector broken on the 38 automobile of Tom Hurst. Single file, it's going to be on the restart. 2 laps have been scored complete. Your race leader is the 1X automobile of Bob Helm. The 28 Dennis Erb in the number 2 position. Third belonging to the car number 75 Terry Phillips. Fourth on the speedway, car number 99 Johnny Johnson. And fifth on the racetrack, the car number 5 Jay Johnson. Again, the top 5 will transfer into the main event. Single file bunching them up as we are set to go under the green and racing once again. For everybody to fall in line as the caution lights go off down the back chute side. Green flag comes out and we go racing. Helm on the high line of the speedway, setting the quick pace at 28 Dennis Erb in the number 2 position. Jay Johnson side by side with the 28 automobile Jimmy Mars. Johnny Johnson, the J&J Steel sponsor, car number 99, trying to move on the inside of the 75 of Terry Phillips. Jay Johnson will head his car into the pit area. The car number 1X, Bob Helm, still out front. Four laps down, 6 laps to go. The yellow coming out. Officials thinking that car number 5, Jay Johnson, was going to stop on the speedway. Not the case as he heads the car behind the wall. We go green once again. Bob Helm, your race leader, the 28 Dennis Erb in the second spot. Johnny Johnson taking a 99 car to the low line of the speedway as he looks to move on the 75 automobile of Terry Phillips. Johnny Johnson on the charge. Johnny Johnson down low, the car number 99, looking to reel in your race leader, the 1X Bob Helm. Johnson getting a good bite off the low line of the speedway at turn number 2 as he closes on your race leader, the 1X automobile of Bob Helm. On the inside line, now looking to move up and challenge the 1X automobile of Bob Helm. This time by, it'll be 8 laps scored complete, 8 laps down and 2 laps to go for your race leader, Bob Helm. White flag to be shown as we set up a challenge for the race lead. Johnson on the inside, Helm riding on the high line of the speedway. Checkered flag coming out on the speedway this time. Checkered flag for the 1X Bob Helm. Once again, your top 5 finishers going to the main event. 5th will go to the car number 28, Jimmy Mars. Fourth to the 75, Terry Phillips. Third, the 28X Dennis Herb will take the number 3 position. Second goes to the car number 99, Johnny Johnson. And your race winner behind the wheel of the car number 1X from Milan, Illinois. And what a nice hand for Bob Helm. To make the call. On the pole, the 52 from Omaha, Steve Kosiski. Outside, the 10X from Kaukauna, Wisconsin, Pete Parker. Row number 2, the 2W from Sloan, Doug Wiggs. The B4 from Grayson, Kentucky, Jack Boggs. Row 3, the car number 2 from Des Moines, Don Hoffman. The 0 from St. John's, Michigan, Chris Patterson. Row 4, the 166 from Bridgeview, Illinois, Joey Izzo. The Indiana 1 from Rochester, Minnesota, Tim Donlinger. Row 5, the 7C from Norman, Indiana, Jim Curry. The 8S from Ellsworth, Wisconsin is Larry Stockwell. And the 6th row, the car number 8 from Orland Park, Illinois, Tom Peltonen. And the 91 from Davenport, Danny Aarons Jr. Those are your cars scheduled. Consolation event number 2, again 10 laps of distance. 5 more cars moving on into tonight's main event. Okay, your lineup is correct on the Speedway. Again, 10 laps the distance for your second last chance qualifying event. Steve Kosiski from Omaha, Nebraska. The car number 52 on the pole. He'll set the pace 2 by 2. Nice and easy like. Now they pick up the pace, looking good. Off turn 4, the green flag waves. We go. County Racing. Kosiski on the inside. Pete Parker to car number 10 up on the high line of the racetrack. Drag Racing off turn 2 and down the back chute. The car number 52, Steve Kosiski, moving into the race lead. Pete Parker runs into second spot. The car number 10. Number 3 position belongs to the 0 car. The driver who hails from St. John's, Michigan, that is Chris Patterson. Kosiski riding way out high on the Speedway as he sets the quick pace. Pete Parker in the number 2 position. Don Hoffman riding high out on the Speedway to car number 2 as he looks to challenge the 166 of Joey Izzo. Don Hoffman on the high line of the racetrack to car number 2, looking to challenge the Indiana 1 car, now being driven by Tim Donlinger. Chris Patterson on the bottom line, a 0 car. Trying to move in and challenge Pete Parker for the number 2 position is Chris Patterson. Steve Kosiski still way out front. 7 laps down, 3 laps to go. continuing to work the bottom line. Don Huffman, the car number 2 on the highline of the racetrack, trying to challenge Indiana 1 up Tim Dunlinger. The white flag is going to be shown on the speedway this time for your race leader, Steve Kosiski. Still side-by-side racing going on. Don Hoffman and Tim Dunlinger. And Hoffman takes over the 4th position as a checkered flag. Comes out on the speedway for Steve Kosiski. Consolation event number 2 scored complete. Our field has been set. Finishing in the 5th spot, it'll be the Indiana 1 car, Tim Dunlinger. 4th will go to the car number 2 of Don Hoffman. 3rd to the 0, Chris Patterson. 2nd goes to the 10X, Pete Parker. And your race winner from Omaha, Nebraska, the car number 52. How about a nice hand for Steve Kosiski. Okay, we've got 28 race cars on the speedway, set to go 40 laps the distance. And again, ladies and gentlemen, $10,000 to the winner tonight. This time by is going to be your parade lap for the Budweiser Summer Nationals. So as they make their way into turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen, if you could be so kind, let's get everybody on your feet in the grandstand behind the Ron Alpen Ford pace car. 2x2 down the front chute. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. It is Budweiser Summer National showtime. Pace car just about set to clear the speedway. The caution light is going to remain on. It looks like caution light is still on. Now it's off. We're set to go. Green flag feature. Bill Fry on the inside. Billy Moyer on the charge. Billy Moyer moving up to the high line of the speedway, and Moyer moves into the number 2 position. The car number 66, Bill Fry out front. And here comes Moyer. Billy Moyer on the top side of the speedway, moving into the race lead. Bill Fry in the number 2 position, trying to move back in and retake the lead position. Your battle for the race lead side by side up from 2 to 4. Tony Izzo in the car number 16, working the racetrack in the 3rd position. He is advanced all the way from the 7th starting spot. And Auckland will take over the number 3 position. Your race leader riding the high line of the speedway, the 21 automobile of Billy Moyer Jr. Bill Fry continuing to work the racetrack in the second spot. Third down belongs to the 12 automobile of Rick Auckland. Fourth, the 16 of fifth. On the bottom line of the Speedway, the gun for Scott Bloomquist. Your race leader in front of the grandstand, Billy Moyer Jr. Side-by-side racer going on for the fourth spot. Scott Bloomquist coming into challenge Tony Izzo. Out of 11, Donnie Barnhart off the pace. Pulling his machine into the infield is Donnie Barnhart. Rick Auckland on the charge for car number 12. Up to tail of the 66 car of Bill Fry. Auckland on the inside down the back two part of the Speedway. Car number 10, Pete Piker off the pace, pulling his car up into the quarter mile. Here comes Rick Auckland. Auckland taking over the number 2 position as he goes by. 66 of Bill Fry. Rick Auckland working on low line of the Speedway very quick as he drives. Goes the gap on the 21 automobile of Billy Moyer Jr. This time by, it'll be 10 laps down, 10 down, and 30 to go. Race leader, the 21 automobile, Billy Moyer Jr. Jacqueline in the number 2 position, followed by the 66 car of Bill Fry. Fourth belongs to the 18 of Scott Bloomquist. Scott Bloomquist, the car number 18, goes side-by-side racing with the 66 automobile Bill Fry. And Scott Bloomquist battles for the number 3 position. Bloomquist on the inside line, wheel-to-wheel racing with the 66 automobile of Bill Fry. Billy Moyer Jr. beginning to close in on lap traffic. The 21 automobile looking to close on the 28 car of Dennis Erb Jr. Gus Jr. at a car number 12. Looking to move on the inside of the LS1 car of Wayne Brooks. Bloomquist riding on the highline of the racetrack with car number 18, trying to close the gap on the 12 car of Rick Auckland. Moyer working through traffic as he goes by the 28 car Dennis Erb. They're moving in on the 1 machine. Indiana 1 car the 99 car off the pace, pulling his machine up into the infield. Car Rick Acklin in the number 2 position. Third belongs to the 18 automobile of Scott Blomqvist. Chris Patterson. Blomqvist still trying to close the gap on the 12 machine of Rick Acklin. Yellow flag on the speedway for the LS1 car. Wayne Brooks. Wayne Brooks from Bald Knob, Arkansas. The LS1 automobile stopped on the speedway in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Caution is out. 25 laps have been scored complete. 25 down and 15 to go. There we go. We've been trying to get the 51 car, Joel Kreiderman, in position where he's supposed to be. He is a lap down to your race leaders. The 51 of Kreiderman being shown in the second spot. Again, he is a lap down to your race leaders. Once again, the caution light goes out. We have 25 down, 15 to go. And Billy Moyer Jr. putting the hammer down early. As the green flag comes out, we go racing. Caution on the speedway this time for the 17 car, Rick Eggersdorf. He stops his machine over by the entrance to the pit area, and now he's going to take his car back behind the wall, as is the LS1 Wayne Brooks. Light goes off in turn number 3 once again. 25 down, 15 to go. Auckland moves on the inside of the lap car as the green flag comes out. Here comes Scott Bloomquist. Scott Bloomquist, the car number 18, in the third position, the 32 automobile, Bob Pierce. Bob Pierce now working the speedway in the 4th spot. Bloomquist testing the high line. Here comes Auckland on the inside. Billy Moyer Jr., Rick Auckland, and Scott Bloomquist, 1, 2, 3 on the speedway. Auckland on the inside line, looking to draw in on your race leader, Billy Moyer Jr. Comes Auckland. Bloomquist up on the top side as we move in. A 3-car battle going on up front. Moyer, Bloomquist, and Auckland. Rick Auckland again trying to work on the inside. Action going on up front. Moyer on the high line of the speedway. Ricky Auckland down on the bottom line. This time by, it'll be 30 laps scored complete. 30 laps down and 10 laps to go. Bloomquist has taken the J&J Steel car number 18 into the number 2 position. Scott Bloomquist now running second, trying to close the gap on your race leader, Billy Moyer. Working right back in the fifth spot, 71 Donald O'Neill. 7th to 75 car is John Gill. 32 laps down, 32 down, 8 to go. Don O'Neill off the pace, the car number 71. He will head his machine back behind the wall. Yellow coming out on the Speedway this time is the car number 71, Don O'Neill, trying to get his race car behind the wall. The car number 71 is now cleared to Speedway. Next time by, we're going to show him the straight up green flag. Set to go racing once again. .33 down, 7 to go. Bloomquist now in the number 2 position. On the restart, we'll see if Bloomquist has got anything to show Billy Moyer. 33 down, 7 to go. The caution lights will be off. Again, Moyer working the high line as the green flag waves once again. We go racing. Working back into 3rd position. Bob Pierce now running 4th. 5th belongs to the 75, John Gillen. 6th, the car number 66, Bill Fry. Jr. off the pace, the car number 12. Ray Gus is going to be heading his machine behind the wall. Bob Pierce over to the low line. The 75, John Gill. This time by, it'll be 35. 36 down, 4 to go. 36 down and 4 to go. Billy Moyer still in control. The car number 70. Time by, the white flag is going to be shown. White flag coming out on the Speedway this time as your race leader makes his way down in front of the grandstand. 1 lap to go for Billy Moyer Jr. Bloomquist making one last charge. The car number 18, Bloomquist, slowing on the Speedway. And he will drop a couple of positions as John Gill will come on to take 2nd. All of your top finishers will head back behind the wall to make sure that they do make the minimum weight. Then they'll come around for a picture.
No! No!
Fifth will go to the car number 32, Bob Pierce. Fourth, slipping to fourth on the final lap, the car number 18, Scott Bloomquist. Third will go to the car number 12 of Rick Auckland. And second to the car number 75 of John Gill. Ladies and gentlemen, out of his car, formerly from Des Moines, Iowa, he now hails from Batesville, Arkansas. Having a nice hit for Billy Moyer Jr.